I'm deeply concerned about the potential effects here on generic drugs and generic drug prices. I see that quite a number of advocacy groups shared those concerns. You just referenced, Senator Klobuchar just referenced changes that you're making in this manager's amendment to try and address that problem. I'd like to hear an explanation of that if we could before we vote. I'm sympathetic to what you're trying to do here, but I can't support something that's going to increase the cost of prescription drugs for millions of Americans, and I'm deeply concerned that that's going to be the effect of this bill. So I'd like to hear what you're doing to address that.
Thank you, Senator Hawley. And as you've heard, a number of my colleagues, this has been their principal concern. We've worked over a number of months to get specific language that makes it clear that biosimilars and generics and patient advocacy groups retain. There was a concern that the standing requirement would knock them out. And the goal here was to prevent some gamesmanship at PTAB using shell companies and using transfers of ownership. And the concern was that the standing requirement would knock out patient advocacy groups and biosimilars, and thus the potential for generics to come to the market. There is specific language in the manager's amendment that addresses that concern sufficiently that longtime and fierce advocates for this issue, like Senators Klobuchar and Blumenthal and Welch, have joined and committed to voting for the bill, given what's in the manager's amendment.
Chair Darby.